Welcome to this episode of Small Steps to Doing Big Business with the Merit Group partners Shamara Cox and Terry Dove-Pittman.
Hello again, I'm Terry Dove-Pittman.
And I'm Shamara Cox.
And we are your co-hosts for Small Steps to Doing Big Business.
I'll go. How about that?
Okay.
Today, we want to talk about giving small steps to dealing with big problems within your team. Now, we have a great company. We have probably the best team in the world.
We do.
We like to say. However, we know that there's going to be sometimes big problems, and we have to combat those problems. We have to go head on after those problems and solve them as a team. So, example of that is this. My mom called me. She had this morning, and she's now back in school. She had the same position over 25 years. She got laid off, with the economy went south, and she got laid off and so forth. Anyway, long story short, she's back in school in her 60s, getting her bachelor's degree. I'm so proud of her. But she had an assignment today, and the assignment was, hey, the hospital's losing all its money, clients are walking away, bills, they're in debt, their morale is down, and she says, what I'm going to do, the question to her was posed, is what are you going to do to better the business? And she said, I'm going to go in there, give them a plan, and tell them how to execute the plan.
Now that's stinking thinking.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Can't do that.
We realize that maybe there's some of you right now that probably do follow that type of strategy. But we're going to talk about today what is called top-down versus bottom-up management. Some of you probably heard that term before. But that was our recommendation to her is, Mom, you probably don't want to go in there and give them a plan and tell them to execute. You probably want to bring everybody together and decide or together collectively unearth this issue that we're having. First, number one is identify the pain points. What are the areas of pain that the organization is feeling? So let's just make this personal. You're having problems right now in your organization. Bring everybody together, because remember, as bosses and CEOs and founders and co-founders, we have a different view of things. We're probably more process, linear, financially focused. And the people that work with us and for us are focused on maybe the tactical side of it. So our view is what we like to say is aerial. It's a higher view, and they come from a different view. So taking that aerial view versus that lower view and putting them together, you're going to really unearth what's really going on in this organization. So after we bring them together, the next step would be to
come up with some ideas of, hey, what is your suggestion of how this might work? Right. Teams always work. Great leaders were always great followers first. Right. So never forget that once you were a follower, and think about how you used to feel and now how they might feel. So get some ideas from your team to say, hey, how would you solve this? Take a survey. And then you can say, hey guys, these are the ideas that we've come up with. What do you guys think? Right. And then I'll take the ideas that you gave me and I'll make a final decision. That's right. That way the team feels like they're a part of the game plan, that they're just not pawns, that they're a part of building your franchise. Believe me, it'll help the morale and it'll help participation.
I agree. We found that people are hesitant towards change, but they're really hesitant towards impulsive change. So if you give them forewarning by bringing them together and saying, hey, this is what we find is the problem, and these are the solutions together we've come up with that we're going to execute, that involves them in this strategy for change. So that's number two. Number one was identifying the pain points, and number two is create a strategy of change that is going to absolutely fix those problems. And it may not happen overnight. It might take 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, but at least you have a plan of action.
That's it. And lastly, create milestones and key performance indicators. Right. After you've talked about the problem, then you come up with a plan. Now it's time to start thinking, okay, with all the ideas that we have put in place and we've made a decision, now let's try that decision and see if it works, and let's come back and reevaluate. And you might just find that we need to tweak things here and there, or you might need to scrap the whole thing. But when coming back in a timely manner at a milestone, you'll say, okay, this is working or it's not. And then you can move forward and possibly start the process over from step one.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. And don't get disheartened by that process. Growth comes in stages. So we want to make sure that we're ensuring growth on time and in stage, so it's growth that's healthy. And also sometimes, when you're growing and your company's changing and new processes and systems are being implemented, it can be discomforting and uncomfortable for the team. So we got to think about them as well.
For more information, check out our website, or if you like some of the things that we've said and want to learn more, you can also have a 30-minute strategy session with us for free. So give us a call below or check out our website. See you next time.
Thank you for watching Small Steps to Doing Big Business. For more great information, visit themarriagegroupindy.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.